How is everything out there?
Yeah, we are good
How
over
is
here.
London? Which
Yeah,
part
it's
of
fine.
London are you?
I'm in Birmingham. Hello?
Which part of London are you?
I'm in Birmingham. Birmingham.
Oh, okay, Bamia. Okay, that's
Yes,
fine.
I'm in Birmingham.
Okay, okay. I think you're live now. Uh, so that is great. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you guys are watching from. I have another. Uh, who is this? I have another gentleman. Yeah, he's a gentleman. So why are you a gentleman? Are you not?
I'm a gentleman.
Are you a gentle person? So I saw your. I, yeah, that, that makes sense. I saw your post where you are still very much proactive, uh, despite the fact that you are outside Nigeria in quite a number of politics in Ondo states. And of course Nigeria, because I think I stumbled. I was trying to check your post, this your Facebook this afternoon to see what has been your area of interest and what have you been talking about. So Morikpe, you still talk a lot about your strengths, which is more of politics. You've always been so passionate about, even ever since your days in student union days, moving to NANS and graduating from the university. You have been very passionate about talking about leadership, politics, and but of course that is not unless you are going to just brush around that a bit. So that is not going to be the main focus. But it makes a lot of sense that you are still very energetic around that.
Yeah, thank you very much. We Nigerian project is let me say project Nigeria is a concern, must be a concern for all Nigerians, and we haven't forgotten Nigeria, and we'll definitely be um, contributing until we get there in
Right
the
in
country.
Ukraine. How do you see Ukraine? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Where is it? Okay. So good. Now let me go. Can you briefly introduce yourself? Tell me who you are and what you have been up to, and you can start from there.
All right. Thank you very much. Greetings to you once again. Thank you very much for giving me the privilege to come here and discuss. I take it as an opportunity, and I appreciate you, sir, for giving me such this opportunity for coming on your platform
You're
to
welcome.
speak. I've been following the programs for so many times now, and I sincerely appreciate the way you have brought out the initiative in as well giving back to the society and as well contributing towards the growth of the nation, Nigeria, and as well mentoring people, giving them the leadership they want, mentoring people. Some of my like myself as well. I believe I'm still under your mentorship as well. So mentoring as much as possible as you can. Giving us ways to financial breakthrough. I sincerely appreciate you, and I think I'm benefiting from this opportunity today coming on your platform. My name is Timileyin Ayinurugbenga. I'm from Ondo State, Ilaje local government to be prescribed, and to be precise. And currently, I'm in the UK. I came into the UK early 2020. Uh, my background of studies. Um, I studied geophysics, applied geophysics at the Federal University of Technology, Akure. Uh, then also proceeded to do my master's in petroleum exploration geophysics, and also have additional masters in project management. I've worked in various field in the oil and gas sector of Nigeria. I was once a student union leader, Federal Defense Technology Akure Student Union. Also, I proceeded to be to the joint campus committee of NANS, that is the state leadership of NANS. Then proceeded to the national, where I served twice, as first as the financial secretary, and later on as the vice president, national affairs of National Association of Nigerian Students. I'm a concerned Nigerian, and I've been contributing to Nigeria projects to ensure that we get the necessary development, necessary progress and unity of our country. I'm far away from the country now, but however, I have Nigeria at heart. I believe, I'm here just for the meantime. I believe that I have a lot to contribute to my country. I believe that I have a lot to do to make my country great again. I believe that I want to join others, comrades, other well wishers who believe that Nigeria will be great again. To revitalize and reorientate our people, bring development in one way or the other that we can contribute. Currently, I'm a health care professional where I work in the health and social care service of the UK. A lot of things I have spanned through uh, coming to the UK, like the topic we say, from sharper to jackpot. Yeah, I don't normally see it as the way that people see their jackpot, but I've actually, because before this slogan actually come into limelight, sharper to jackpot, I left Nigeria before that time, and I think this sharper to jackpot came after COVID-19. But however, it's still part of it. We are part of the history, and I believe as time goes on today, I'm going to do enough justice to give you my stories and also speak about some things regarding give an advice. I'll give advice, see what we can do together, see how we can help other society, other people, and the society at large in ensuring that we really get the meaning of the Japa aspect. It's not Japa that we do are not coming back to Nigeria. I'm not part of people who would totally forget their home. But my own is to Japa and come back. I'll say yeah, I'll say Japa and come back to make Nigeria great again. It's just for the meantime. We definitely. I've always been keeping in touch with people at home. I've been contributing, like you said. Recently, I had a press release. I do send my press statement, and I've visited Nigeria a couple of times as well, ever since being in the UK. So it's not that I've left the country. I've been in Nigeria, visiting, talking to leaders, talking to everyone. And as Ondo State, my state is concerned, the governorship election is fast approaching, and you must have be following some of the events that have been happening over a few months ago regarding Ondo State, and most importantly, the death of uh, the governor of Ondo State, late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. May his soul rest in peace. He was a dogged man, was man who believed in democracy, and also in current leadership now under the leadership of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. So I've been following the activities of the state, that my state, Ondo State, and also we are preparing for the election, Ondo 2024, November 16, 2024. So definitely I'm part of it. I'm part of the project as well. So we are in it together. So I've not jackpot totally. I'm still a Nigerian and I'm part of the system. Thank you very much. Okay, I think the speaker is trying to. I mean the moderator is trying to reconnect. Maybe network issue. Uh, Let me just continue on what I'm talking about. To me, if I ask what is the meaning of from Japa to Shapa, I think it's a journey, is a long time journey or transformation from a place of hardship or difficulty, the Shapa aspect, that is the Shapa, to a state of enlightenment or peace. It's not from uh grace to grass. No, it's from grass to grace, growing higher, and we bringing that grace back to our own base. Because with what I've observed, we have many Nigerian leaders who are opportune to have japa in past. They have gone out of the country, been able to travel all around the world, and they coming back. They have this opportunity in their early days, and we find most of them in leadership positions, not doing what is appropriate, not doing what is expected. You have gone there out of the country. You were privileged at your time. I believe that you coming back to the country, you could borrow leave from what you see in this Western world and initiate it in Nigeria. But what we find is that most of them are keen into corruption activities, getting, not bringing some of them. There are some of them that are doing quite well. I can see some of them, but to be sincere, I do question myself that why, what have they been doing when they were privileged to jackpot in their days? What have they bring back to the country Nigeria? So it has been a big question to me, because looking at, if we have the majority of our leaders who have been able to travel out to these Western countries, see how things are developing, I believe that they could have replicated that and bring such to the country. And I believe with one or two projects, one or two initiatives here and there, definitely Nigeria will not be in the state we are now. It will have been a different state entirely. But I hope that in few years to come, my generation and the ones that are in currently will definitely be able to bring about that change that we need in the country, bring about the expected change we need in Nigeria, bring using the Japa aspect to come back and develop our country, to come back. Well, that's my own focus, to be sincere, because it's not, it's just like a journey to me. I've always gone for a journey. Yeah, gone journey for a greener pasture. But however, my home is there. I've got a lot of people in Nigeria. I have friends, I have families. I visit Nigeria. Nigeria is my home. So definitely, we it's a project for all of us. Some of us who have gone through the system, whether through unionism, to activism, being oppressed, be brutalized, so many things like that. We should be able to see how it's been done here, bring this form of initiative and project, like bring it back to our country, to help our country rise again, to help Nigeria be great again. Thank you very much. I think the speaker is here. He can continue with it. Initiative and project
Oh,
like bring
great.
it back to our country, to help our country rise again, to help Nigeria
Hello, Timberlake, can you hear me?
be great. Yes, I'm with you, Speaker Bankole.
Yeah, thank you for doing justice to when I was off. Though I was watching you live uh, as you are speaking. So, but I was off from the platform here, but I was watching everything you have said. Okay, so you've been able to give a perspective to what Jakpa, because when you said that you are Jakpa to come back, like who was with me day before yesterday, is it who was with me on Friday on this Speaker Bankole podcast? And when I said jackpot for me does not necessarily mean that somebody have left the country totally. Jackpot is just about, is a word that was coined just to mean
Mm.
that people live, and over time I feel that when you jackpot, some people have even say you can jackpot that. You can
Yeah, yes, yes.
understand. So, or there is this a lot of abuse words around all these things that are making waves now. One of the reasons why some of us connect with is because, a lot of 65-70% of Nigerians are below the age of 30, 32. And I keep saying that this is statistics. And you just have to keep talking in their language, keep communicating based on what they are used to, because we have to put this category of people too into. And I appreciate you for what you have said earlier when you were for the mentorship, mostly for young people, because the grace and the opportunity that guys like you have today is because you could pass through a process. And that process is what is the most important thing for me. And one of the reasons why I'm putting up platforms like this is because I've also noticed that exposure, you know, is also one of the best form of education. And if people can appreciate education in Nigeria, we should also
Mm.
come to a level whereby we can also appreciate exposure. And the funny thing about all this thing is that even if you have spent 30 years, 40 years abroad, like one of the things you said earlier, is that over the years, people have been leaving Nigeria. But what has been their more impact, you know, in Nigeria itself? What has been their major contribution, of course, in this country? It's not even about you saying you are coming back, but it's also about what is your presence going to do, or maybe when you are absent, what is your maybe value, finance, resources, and knowledge going to do in your country. That is what is the most important thing for me. So my contextual frame of Japa here is not for people that have gone to live forever, but for people that have been able to go outside Nigeria and be able to find maybe for greener pasture, for education, for different things, start building businesses, and they are just leveraging on those things to, also build their country. Maybe they are here or not, they are not here. And I also appreciate someone like you. You said you've even visited Nigeria quite a number of times since you have traveled. So it will take me to my next question for you before we go into much of these details. What At what point did you start feeling you want to leave Nigeria for greener pasture? You traveled in 2020, right?
Yes, 2020, early 2020.
Early 2020, before the adventure of
Oh,
COVID.
COVID.
You
Yes,
know,
yes.
I came back from a country in the early of 2020, and I was so sick for 6 months. So I was thinking maybe I was the one that brought COVID to Nigeria, because, funny enough, I came back
Mm.
from London, I think in January 2020, and COVID was announced. But apart from coughing, all the shortedness of breast shortedness, I could my pain in the chest and everything. I felt quite a lot of these things, but eventually it was not COVID, because I was so fearful that probably it's going to be COVID. But you left in 2020. At what point did you start thinking, I'm going to leave Nigeria, I'm going to find a better opportunities outside Nigeria, and that led you to be in UK today?
All right, thank you very much. I'm a person that I believe in the system Nigeria that it can work. Ever since my days in the union, I've never thought of traveling out. Maybe the only thought I can have of traveling out is I can go for holiday, go for vacation, and come back to Nigeria. I never thought of traveling out from Nigeria for a long time, for a long period like this, because I see people in Nigeria. I see work people are who are not even doing politics. They are in industrialists. There are big people in the society who don't do politics, and they are doing good. They are doing good, most especially in the oil and gas field. I see a lot of them that I've worked with in past, and I see them doing good. And I was being motivated because my traveling was basically motivated by going for further studies, because in the oil and gas sector then I studied applied geophysics. I had in a master's degree I did petroleum exploration geophysics as well. And when I finished, I was working in an oil and gas company. I worked in the downstream sector. I worked also in the midstream sector where they do power generation. I mean power in the we're adding a project then for Lagos State government, independent IPP, independent power producers. We're trying to work with how to get another substation in Lagos State. So, you know, cutting across people who I've met alongside. Though there are people that no matter how they traveled abroad, they still come back to Nigeria and make their money. So I wasn't having the opinion of I'm going, but I wasn't that I'm going to for a long period like that. I was going to, or I was traveling on the purpose of I was going to for further for further education, further my education, further learning, and everything just changed. And well, with the look of things around that time, we can see the level of insecurity in the country. When you have word and opposite, and a word and the opposite, it's totally two different things. Two different things. When you come to a country where you can walk freely, you can walk freely at any time of the day, everything, you can access healthcare, you can access this, then the question keep coming: what is happening to my country? Why is insecurity getting, the level of insecurity getting bad every day? People being kidnapped just very close to their house. No, people being a lot of insecurity, bandits attack, people not being able to access healthcare. I come from an area where oil and gas is being explored in Ondo, in Nigeria, which is Ondo State. But you look at, sincerely, the water we don't have access to a potable water. We don't have access to electricity. So look at a lot of things. We have electricity here 24/7. So definitely the opposite side of it, when you come to another country, and you see, definitely your thinking you'll be reprogrammed. Let me just say, you'll be reprogrammed, and you start asking some questions. You'll be asking yourself, why is it that this can't be done in our country? Also, I believe this is where the reshaping of things comes in. Before leaving no, before leaving Nigeria, it was, I was going for further studies. A lot of people in the field of oil and gas, they are not talking more about geophysics now. They are talking about project managers. And I thought that, oh yeah, let me do not let me get a project manager certification. I thought of having it in a Unilag, but when I looked at it, oh, I need to have an international certificate just to add. I've had a master's in Nigeria before, so let me try and add more source to it. So let me upgrade myself. And I started applying for admission. Then looking at it, when we have the got the admission, got the visa, then came to this country with COVID issues here and there. Everything totally changed when I came here, and I started having the feelings that no, our country can't be in this state. Nigeria can't be in this state. We need to do something. We need to help. I have been exposed to see some of these things, like you said. Exposure is part of education process as well, because it's more or less as you seeing it practical. You seeing what you are studying, what you are reading in the book. You are seeing everything. You seeing that development. If somebody cannot be in Nigeria and they are telling you that you're going to have electricity for a long time, people tell that, oh, no, it's different belief. But when you read it and even see the practical aspect, see the exposure aspect of it, look at the environment that you can have good air to breathe in, breathe out. A lot of things that is attached to this, most of this Western country. People accessing healthcare, that you don't need to go and be bringing a lot of money for you to access healthcare. It's just there. Just go there, you get access to it. A lot of things to benefit from. So definitely you totally have a rethink, a redefinition of yourself to see that what can you do? Why have you been? You'll be asking yourself a lot of questions. So leaving Nigeria for me, it's has been an exposure for me. But most importantly, it was for further studies. I was thinking of, I was going to come back because I work with so many people in the upstream. Upstream is a good business in Nigeria, sincerely. Upstream as aspect of oil and gas. I had that relationship with people that, I'm kind of person that I always want to make use connect with people, whether big old I've been in a circumstances that it was it's somebody that I just know by my street. He was is a driver of a big man, and by the virtue of my they were struggling with something in interpreting an oil well, and they said, could you do this? We are trying to. I had my guy saying this, and could you? And I gave him just a brief interpretation to say, if this is what you have, this is what you have. If this is what I say, oh, can you see my boss? I said, yeah, that's fine. If you can, I can come at maybe one of my weekends to. That was when I was in Nigeria working with. I can come with one of my business. And when I was there, and when I was with his boss, the way I was relating, he was happy and said, "Oh, come on, what are you doing here?" So thing, and that was how I got another job. So looking at it, my connection, my relationship with people have actually helped me. So I see a lot of things in the upstream in Nigeria. So I wasn't thinking to say, oh, yeah, I was not going to come back to Nigeria. I was going to go and not come, maybe have but go for the greener pasture. But I appreciate it now. I appreciate it now. I could combine the aspect of the exposure out of it, exposure aspect of it, and I could also come to say that I've reshaped myself. I have I've myself my goal have been totally reset. I have another goal. My goal when I was living in Nigeria was different, and when I came here I have another goal. So, and as
Okay, great.
time
Uh,
as we are
Timlane,
now,
Timlane, before
everything is
hello,
working
Timlane.
together. All right.
Yeah, great. Before you continue, before I take you further, you've been talking about electricity, and I remembered vividly where that the part of Ondo State you come from, have not been having electricity for the past 17 years. uh, that part, because I had you been talking about electricity. I was there some years back, maybe around 2020, and I was shocked how a people, I don't know, maybe it doesn't, it's not affect your area, your own local government is not, maybe probably it's not really affected, but
We are
most part of
affected
the riverine
totally.
area.
South
Oh,
Central District of Ondo State.
beautiful.
We are all
District.
affected.
Almost
Yeah.
a prince was talking with me when I visited the part of Ilaje, Eseudo, and whatever. I think it was in Ilaje, the king, one of the children, sons of the king, and he was telling me about his son. That son was beside him that day. That son was 9 year old or something like that, and he said that since the son has been given birth to, aside the fact that they own generator and he saw lights using generating set, that he has never shouted up NEPA or NEPA or DEDC or whatsoever, EDC, electricity distribution company, uh, give them light. And I was like, what are you people doing? And there are thousands of people, millions of people, or whatsoever living in this region, and you've not been having electricity for this number of years and whatsoever. But that is not, that is just by the wayside. You said your goal has been reshaped because you have visited, you are in another man's land now. Uh, your thinking horizon, your mindset, probably. Of course, you are not doing so badly when you are in Nigeria that you are working with oil and gas.
Yeah.
I want to. I think there was a time we bumped into ourselves in Lagos. If I can remember vividly, I don't know. Maybe you remember or whatever.
Mm.
But there must have been a connect or a disconnect, that you said, okay, your goal. And of course, just like me too, I was one of these people that felt that if you finish from Nigerian university or higher education, you should stay in Nigeria. For Nigeria to have impacted you so much in you, education wise, you should work here and whatever. But as time goes on, I start having this feeling that people have to try, like some countries like Cuba. South Korea, and quite a number, Singapore, even China, they traveled, even India. There are some countries in the world today that when they send their children outside the country, they get tasks from those their citizens working in different
Mhm.
countries of the world. So I felt the importance of uh, traveling actually at a point, and which I started saying, okay, encouraging more people to say, okay, if you have the means, if you have the opportunity, you can travel whatsoever. But the next question for me is that uh, uh, you've said a lot around the challenges of Nigeria, but the point is that you
Hello. Sorry, I think the speaker has maybe network issue. That's one of the problem with our country. I've got good network here, and it's all right. But before he join us back, I would just like to comment on some of the things that he has actually spoken about. You see, my area, Ilaje, let's say Ondo State, Southern General, Southern Central District in at the
hello,
as a whole.
hello,
Oh,
you
you
can
back?
hear me?
Oh, you're back. Yes, I can hear you.
I
I
can
can hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay, I can hear you.
Hello, hello, Timila, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I
Yeah, yes.
just pause because I did not invite you here to come and spite Nigeria, my country. So maybe I, I was I was hearing you clearly, but you can't hear me, and I was hearing you. So maybe probably it was the network from your side, and
Okay.
not from Nigeria. Anyway, I know that people cannot look
All
at you.
right.
Uh, great, great. Now, so the question now is that, so what value do you think you are grappling with over there that later on in life you feel that you are going to reconnect back that disconnect in Nigeria as a country?
Yeah, thank you very much. So many values, so many skills that have been added to myself, and which I appreciate a lot. I've learned a lot in this country. Most importantly, the humanity aspect of it. If you have somebody that believe that you need to love your neighbor, then every other thing follows. If you love your neighbor as your leader, definitely you will think more about the people. If you love your neighbor as a leader at work or as a colleague, definitely you want your fellow people or fellow friends, fellow colleagues to progress. You want your subset to progress. So I've learned a lot in this country, more some of which I appreciate a lot. Like I said, most importantly, connecting with people. I've learned to always use any avenue I am to connect with people, and also some of these values also is continuous learning. It's not about you going to in school to acquire the maybe acquire master's degree, PhD, but continuous learning. I'll say like continuous professional development in your career line. This also has actually helped me and reshaped me. Also, interpersonal relationship, interpersonal relationship. What again? I can also speak about having to um having to study the the system of governance in this country, looking at how their system works, looking at their health sector, the education sector, their industrialization, how they control their economy. most of all these things cutting across both the skills and my experience over the years here, I've gained a lot of values from it, and which I can bring back home. I can bring back home, come together with others, and make Nigeria great again. Come back to Nigeria, initiate some of these things like you are doing now. I believe that some of the things you've gained there, gained over when you traveled, are some of the things that actually geared you to be doing some of these things to enlighten, reorientate, to reorientate the public, reorientate the citizens on for us, because I believe that Nigeria will need a lot of reorientation, and also having to do with love ourselves, working as a team. This is one of the challenges in our country, but it's one of the great values I've learned in this country. Being able to, as a leader or as a person, being able to bring that team working spirit out, communicating with yourself, having people at heart, feeling the concerns of anybody around you. Then also, most importantly, respecting people's opinion respecting people's opinion is very important. A lot of values that I've gained here, which I can bring back to Nigeria, and which some of them as well we've been contributing, looking at different ways, and we can see the world, the way the current government is going, and definitely. We can see. I wouldn't want to pass any comment now because I don't want to make it as a form of a government or politics program. But however, it's I believe an orientation program for me to talk about my experience, what values I've gained, how it has impacted in people. Then also one of the things that have also helped me in this country, because if I can give, I don't know if I can give a little brief of history about my journey here in the United Kingdom. When I came for
Yeah, go
studies,
ahead.
all right,
Go ahead.
thank you very much. When I came for studies, like I said, it was um, before COVID, and when I came in, COVID started, and but I was ready to study and also work to support myself in terms of any form of commitment and any other things that I need to do. Initially, there are many downtimes, hard times that has to come around. But what kept me going is the resilience in me, that to say, yes, I want to achieve this, I want to get this thing done. And as time goes on, I started having more additional learning to myself, additional training, and that has actually given me a redefined goal to what I am today. You know, uh, like when I first came, I was invited by one of my relatives to come and do this normal like what we call 2K jobs, do some manual jobs. And I didn't say I can't do it, even despite the fact that the weather condition wasn't favorable at that. But I was resilient. I understand what I wanted, but however, I needed something to fuel it. I needed to have money and go do some other things, get myself up from the bed, not staying at home during the COVID time. And it really worked for me. Sincerely, it really worked for me. I was alone out there working and receiving my cash at hand. It was helping me. During COVID, everything was quiet. Then I started getting connected with the people. I humble myself. It is very important. I humble myself. I give respect to everyone I meet. And I never misbehave, and I never allowed. Though everybody needs money, but I was never mean about it. I just want something coming. I just want to be doing something to get myself to be able to settle my bills, getting things done. But along the way, a lot of added good things came through that, through some of these my actions. I don't know that people were watching, people were looking, people were having their perspective or their opinion about me, and which was actually great. I had a good feedback, and that actually helped me, because look at when you come around distributing CVs along the line, like Nigeria, when you say, oh, print your CV, it's totally another way around there. You go online, we applied online. I never get tired applying then when I first came. But at a click, everything went. I got a job. I started working in the warehouse. I work in the warehouse and also work in the health and social care sector. But even before that, I was even able to use my additional skills of automobile mechanic, because at a point in time everything was quiet, but there are people still needs to go to work. And I was able to speak with someone that I know was closer to my where I live, to say I know he was an automobile mechanic. And approached him. I said, "Oh, I've got these skills. I can do this. I can do." He said, "Yes, can you do? Okay, come help me at my workshop." And at the end of the day, I used that as well. And I was never, no, I didn't actually say, "Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get myself to do this." I was ready to 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 put my hands into so many things at the start. But what kept me going was that I was using each avenue that I have to keep on learning. I was learning, I was using opportunity, because some of these companies, when you join them, they want you to do more training. And it's there are some training that are mandatory, and there are some they are not mandatory. So I was doing both the mandatory ones and the ones that are not mandatory, not knowing that some of it will be of great advantage to me in future. And yes, it is, because some of the training that I was able to do, I was able to go for the practical training easily, and it actually helped me. Currently, I work in the health and social care sector, and with so a lot of my training that I've done in past actually set me high to be on the higher rank in the health and social care service sector. So my resilience have really helped me a lot, and it's of a great value to me. Also, I would say the issue of setting your goals as well is very important. Like I said, my goals before leaving Nigeria was different, but when I came here, was different from the one I had here. But I was able to set my goals to say this is what I want. After spamming through a lot of things to do, I was able to sit down and set my goals to say this is what I want. I was able to embrace change. I wanted that change for me. I was being motivated by myself. Uh, having a lot of things, looking, ensuring that that change comes. But change doesn't come easily. Is a process. But however, when you drive in change, you need motivation. You need people around you. You too, you need people. You need people. You need to show support to people as well. So these are some of the values that have kept me going in this country. And I've gotten a good. Currently I have good feedbacks on it, and I've been progressing, and never. I'm not tired of it. I'm not tired of continuous learning. I'm not tired of. Getting to ensure that my goals are achieved. And
But how did but how similarly, hello, but how did you move from how easy was it for you to move from studying geophysics in a Nigerian university to now working in a health and social care sector? Uh, these are two far apart professional courses,
yeah.
professions. So how easy was it for you? You are a geophysicist that was working in oil and gas in Nigeria, and you moved to UK. You've mentioned where you have worked. You moved from warehouse to automobiles, now to working in health and the social care sector. How easy was it for you
All right.
to
Thank you very
transit
much. Yeah.
that direction?
Thank Yeah, thank you very much. It wasn't that easy process for me, but however, like I said, if you subject yourself to continuous learning, getting to read about things. When COVID was on, then I was able to lay my hands on different trainings. I read online. We had a break in school then due to COVID. I was able to go through the online, read through. Initially, I wasn't seeing myself in the air sector, but however, it's it's something that when you have the passion for people, like I've said, humanity. When you have passion for people, to see people people how will I call it, have the passion for humanity as a goal, definitely you will be driven as well with some of the things that is being done in health and social care, in helping people, getting them to rehabilitated and coming back to it's not all about working for them here, but also working for ourselves as well, because it's a large society, but where we have the blacks, we have the whites as well. So everybody also working together. It wasn't an easy transition. on a more sincere note, it wasn't an easy transition. But when I subject myself to continuous learning, I was able to do more training in the earth line, and with my skills, my adaptative skills, being able to cope with anywhere I am, being able to learn fast learning approach, IT skills really helped me, because some of these things that they do here is just about you getting yourself in a right state of mind. My well-being very much all right, and if you can get yourself in the right state of mind to get this thing easily, get trained, learning it's just like retraining yourself, relearning, you know, on learning and learning. It's just that process. And with that, like I said, I started with a small healthcare complaint, because I was working as an agency. We had the visa restrictions here and there, but as time goes on, when I'm at home, if I'm not, if, because of visa working time for visa restrictions, I was not at home playing. I was not at home sleeping. I was at home accessing different courses online. I'll call my manager. Oh, please, can I do this course? Say yes. If you don't want to do, just do it. And when I finish those courses, I approach. Maybe there's a time they want to have a big practical training. I tell them, oh, I've done this theory. Can I do the practical? They give me the privilege. But if I haven't done the theoretical aspect of it, if I haven't done the online aspect of it, they won't be able to register me for the practical. So I've been able to manage my time perfectly to ensure that I suit myself into this sector.
Did
To
you,
be,
did you think?
if
Okay, go complete that
Yeah,
sentence. Go
it's
ahead.
not that I've totally forgotten geophysics. If you still ask me anything about interpretation of seismic today, I will give you what you wanted, because I still update myself, getting to know about. But no, it won't be when you are in the system. But however, I work so many times both in the upstream, downstream, and the midstream of petroleum, oil and gas. So definitely I can still manage that. But currently, moving into the health and social care aspect, I've gained additional knowledge there as well, which I'm doing good. I personally know I'm doing good, and I've always been able to influence others as well.
You're
I've been
not
able
part
to,
of
because
the. You're not part of the Nigerians that traveled and dodged from people in Nigeria.
no, I won't do that. Many of my friends that wants to call, if you it's a personal decision. Like I do tell some of my friends,
Mm.
oh, do you think you can travel? You want to travel out of the country? Do you have this? I prepare them ahead. I put them through, and I've had a couple number of friends who, through my tutelage, through my mentorship, traveled and they came successfully. They didn't go through agents or whatever, and they are doing quite well there. When they came in here, they were able to settle comfortably. Having to stay in a room with their friends. Yes, they are my friends. I can't do it with them. So far we can sleep. We can put our head on somewhere and wake up the next day. We are living together, and I've gotten good friends who, they themselves are also resilient. They know what they want. They are hardworking. It's not our friends who say, oh, come and do this work. Oh no, I don't want to do. They were ready to listen to advice. They were ready to, because some of us didn't were not privileged to have people to talk to us. Some of us were not privileged to have somebody to, or maybe talking to friends or relatives before coming to this country. Though I have a relative there which actually assisted one way or the other. But however, the big burden of it, relating with your friend, getting across, relating, talking through, didn't come to I wasn't privileged of such. But however, I've spammed through, like I said, I would look when I was distributing my CVs. I was having this kind of Nigerian mentality to say, oh, let me get my this CVs done. But it's not about your CV. They want to know what skills have you got. That is their ways here. They want to know what skills do you have. What do you have do you have, which if you look at average Nigerian graduate, we've got all these skills. We've got the resilience. We are hardworking. We are committed to do whatever thing we want to do. And we have Nigerians who are making waves in this country, doing well in other industries as well, not in healthcare industry. We have people who are doing well data
Even
analysis, project management.
yeah,
A lot of them are doing quite good. So you should know, I appreciate Nigerian graduates a lot. I appreciate Nigerians generally, because when somebody will walk to me and say, "Oh, you are from Nigeria, oh, you are hardworking," you should know, for a white to tell you are hardworking, definitely they must have gotten enough feedback for them to say Nigerians, they're hardworking. And I've not seen in anywhere I've worked, put in the warehouse, or I've not seen any Nigeria being lazy to work. We are always there. We IT skills, we are there. In time of thinking appropriately, right thinking, no, we are there. So Nigerians, we sincerely, we have great graduates. But however, the situation of the country
even
have made a lot of people to be, a lot of things have happened. Some
even
of them disappointed
yeah,
about the country, but
yeah,
some of us are privileged to
yeah.
come here now. So
Yeah, great. Yeah, great. Even if Nigerians are lazy in Nigeria, there is no way you will get out of to that country. When you see that there is no room for laziness there, you
mm,
can't be a liability on any person. So there is no way you will not want to be hardworking because the system itself is being structured in a way that you must work very hard to earn. I saw quite a number of Nigerians outside Nigerian, maybe probably in UK, for an instance. I've seen that whereby snow will be falling and they will be walking inside snow. They will be packing the snow just for 10, 12 pounds per hour. And you will see them, they are so passionate. But the question is that, some questions that Nigerians ask, can they do such a job in Nigeria? My instinct would quickly be that can be a foolish question because how do you do such a job in Nigeria? Because if you do such a job in Nigeria, do they give you $12 per hour to pack snow? If peradventure there is snow,
if I think you see, Nigeria, coming back to Nigeria, as a Nigerians in Nigeria now, there are a lot of things that we classify as this. Oh, this I can't do, this I can't do, and when they come here, we do it to survive. It's being on the field and somebody will tell you, "Oh, I'm a professional, I can't do this." It's a total board game in this country. Once you are a professional, you are trained, they will train you to work in diverse area or diverse areas of that career. You can be able to do this, you can be able to do this, you can be able to do it. You won't say, "Oh, I'm a professional, I don't want to dig my hand in it, I don't want to dig my hand." And that's one of the problem we have with our education system in Nigeria. Of how will you have an engineer who is not able to just ask them to undo a spanner? They are not able to undo it appropriately, and you are an engineer. But when they come here, they teach you, they train you, and you get in immediately.
let me
And
cycle you similarly, Pulse, because I want to excuse quite a lot from you, and I'm looking at the time.
okay.
I know one of the reasons I enjoy this is to engage you guys all across the globe. Like I was saying sometimes back, I discovered that I just know quite a lot of you across the globe from one country to the other. And I'm so excited about that connectivity, that network that I can knock on any of you guys' door. Uh, you've talked about interrelationship, which is the very, very powerful skill value system to learn, when you can quickly connect with people very fast. And over the years, it has been because of this reputation and because of this ability to connect with ourselves. But I have quite a number of things to excuse from you. Some of these questions I'm going to be asking. But from what you have said earlier, do you think one of the things that motivates you or drive you to a country like this, uh, let me psyche you a bit. Is it because of your survival instincts? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. It's it's not about survival instincts, like I said. Um, at least with what I'm having in Nigeria, it's still all right for me, but not still enough. Not still enough, but it's all right for me. But however, there are a lot of commitment in Nigeria. There are a lot of commitment on a young person like myself. You want to live all right, you want to drive good car, you want to satisfy family members, you want to satisfy people around you, you want to help people. Some people cannot even afford to have one meal per day. So so many things around it, and you find yourself in a position that you go to you go to work, you earn something, but you are not still able to help. You are in a society where you don't have peace of mind. You can't walk easily, you can't travel easily, you can't, so many things attached. You're in a society that people are hungry. How do you drive or walk peacefully in a place that you are having the 3 square meal, but others around you are not even eating 3 square meals? So a lot of things like that surrounding. It's not about um survivor or something like of such, but it's about what motivated me. It's about going for further studies. But however, coming here, everything totally changed.
Shola?
Everything has changed in the sense that I've seen the exposure. I've queried a lot of things, and then sincerely, I'm willingly and hopeful, if given the opportunity one day, to come back and maybe given opportunity to be in a leadership position, or as well given opportunity to advise our leaders. At least if I'm in a place to talk to the president of this country, I can be able contribute my own quota as well, which is going to make a meaningful development, meaningful progress, meaningful
Yeah.
progress we
Timi-
want in that
Timila,
country.
hello, Timila, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, great. I hope one day you will have that opportunity. And luckily, you have an edge than many young people in Nigeria to talk to your president. Being in UK is an opportunity for you. I've noticed that all these governors, ministers, and even the president sometime once in a while, if you attend their community meetings when they come to countries like this, they are not too difficult to access. It might not be that easy, but they are not too difficult to access. That unlike here, I met President Obasanjo for the first time. That we were so close, we snapped pictures together at in Kigali, Rwanda, that year. So I don't think I had an opportunity to meet President Obasanjo here in Nigeria. So some of these ministers that use a lot of entourage, governors that use a lot of
Mhm.
entourage in Nigeria when they are in UK, when they are in US, even they budge in some friends' houses, and they are free to be connected with.
Approach, yeah.
And there are a lot of Nigerian societies or communities in those countries, like UK, for example, and there are quite a lot of them that you can also connect yourself with, so that you can contribute. Most of these people, our leaders in Nigeria, respect you guys' voice more than we are in Nigeria. Even if I see a Nigeria in UK that is speaking trash, uh, quite a number of our leaders want to listen to them than
Mm.
even we. That we are. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Than Yeah, good. Than we that we are in Nigeria. So it's a very bigger platform. It's just that you guys have to see an opportunity also, that among you guys that you met or you have met yourself in those countries. One of the challenges I have with people in UK, in US, and other developed countries is this: their uh, busyness of a thing that they don't have time. Quite a lot of them do, and I understand, because the early stage in these countries is can be very rough.
Mm.
So you have to work first very hard to earn quite a number of amount of money before you can have time to be attending social communities and to contribute to your country. But that is fine. But the question I wanted to ask you earlier was that I want to psych you a bit. Is it about the survivor instinct for you that made you to, because I picked something from one of the things you were talking about earlier, that is driving you, that is your motivation, or is it bigger than just a survivor instinct, or I want to just survive and I want to survive in an easy way?
I want to survive
Can you just
to be.
answer that question in
I want to
30 seconds
survive
because
to
I
be
want to
meaningful to my
know?
environment. I want to survive to be meaningful to my environment. I want to survive to help people. I want to survive to help humanity. I want to survive to help my country grow. All right. I want to survive
I
to make
love that. I
everybody
love that.
happy around me. That's my own goal in life. Because I believe if everyone is happy around me, I'm happy as well. So
I
that's my
love that.
goal of survivor. I want to survive that everyone around me. It's just if I'm given the opportunity, definitely. I know, I know with God's help, with God's grace, and above all with God first, we're going to get it done.
Yeah. Similarly, I love that pause. So everybody, because similarly, pause. Quite a lot of people are still going to watch this video. Hundreds of people, and one of the things that I want to achieve with this platform is that to also re-echo into the ears of listener the value of the messages that we are also unleashing. One of the things that you said that is very, very distinct that you just said now for me is that some people will shy away from answering that question very truthfully, very sincerely. And luckily, you are one of those persons that are not shying away, and I'm one of those persons that don't shy away. You cannot help others when you've not helped yourself. You cannot empower others when you are not empowered yourself. This habit of showing off, of making people to believe that you are this, that you are not, is not even helping many Nigerians. One of the
Yes,
things I've seen in this country is that you will see them, you will see a young graduate, maybe he's just earning 200,000 naira. He want to use the best of cars, he want to live in the best of houses, and exposing themselves to become vulnerable to insecurity, to a lot of things that they should. It doesn't happen in many countries of the world. Most of the universities that you have in UK, in US, they are not even half in terms of buildings, in terms of structures of the universities that you have in Nigeria. You will agree with me that I've visited quite a number of these universities in London, and I noticed that there is something that is driving them more than the materialistic nature that is driving us in Nigeria. And beautiful, you cannot help others, you cannot impart others.
I can't really hear. I can't hear again. I think we have a network issue. Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
can you hear me? I'm
Yes,
back.
I can hear you clearly. Yeah.
Don't
Thank you.
mind me. I'm switching from one network to the other consistently so that when one is fucking up, they're helping me to switch to another one. You understand that I'm saying Nigeria. Great.
Yes.
So I love that your value system, your thinking approach to like the reason why you need to survive is because of you mentioned so much things around humanity the other time. One of the things that I feel that we are not doing enough in Nigeria, we spend all our time here on ethnicity, on fighting ourselves, on religion, on things that doesn't matter. We spend so much time on social media on minors, and instead of us to come together, someone in church sent a video to me a few weeks ago, I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, and he showed me a video of how Elon Musk, how they collaborated, they were building whatsoever thing they are building today, Tesla, SpaceX, how Jack Ma, they collaborated, they built Alibaba,
Mm.
AliExpress, and all those things, how Bezos collaborated, they built, what do you call it, Amazon, together, what do you call it, Amazon, and you can mention names of Facebook, Google, and whatsoever. Do you know the end, towards the end of the video, and they now show Nigerians, what we are doing is dancing in the club, friends coming together
I think our people, Nigerians, actually got entertainment industry wrongly because they see people, comedian, musician, or this person is making waves, is making money. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. But they've forgotten the aspect of them learning, studying, education aspect, which is very important. You see, most of them, I believe, if you look at some of these bigger artists or comedians, a lot of them have university certificates, which is quite commendable. But
Yeah,
you find someone on the street who is just leaving primary school or secondary school just because, oh, I studied, I know how to crack juice, then totally forget about education just because I
education.
know how to crack. So a lot of things that people really need to reorientate about entertainment industry. Yes, the entertainment industry is good. It's one of the things that is promoting Africa. It's one of the things that is promoting Nigeria. But you must get it to understand that education is very important. It will get to a point that you will be denied access just because you don't have this certificate. You'll be denied access just because you are not qualified. Even as look at the video recently went to, is it Uganda? There's one country that he went to go and is it open a faculty of music or something, music department. So look at it. So music to us, you need can go to school and study music. You can go to school and you but what I would just advise Nigeria and the youth is that be calm enough, pass through that education system. It's not there for any other purpose. It's for there to help you. Pass through that learning process. Go to school and go study more. Go for more courses, and definitely you will definitely survive. You will definitely be good. You will definitely be great. When that opportunity come, you can access it easily, just within a click.
Great, great. And one of the things that is one of those things that distinct you. Funny enough, you are one of the most powerful students at a time in Nigeria. When you were in NANS, uh, you did NANS. You know the way NANS are very powerful students.
I know you don't like nouns.
Of course, but and it's because of their lifestyle. For me, because I felt that it's supposed to have been a more
Yeah,
qualified
you
with
are
a young,
expecting much from nouns. I
much
know.
from that, you understand. But what I want to bring is that do you think your leadership journey from student unionism days from when you are in the university to NAS, did you think that your that journey really helped you to shape you also to become what you are today?
Sincerely, it really helped me. It helped me in terms of leadership. It's not all about you getting to do, but it's about you studying, understanding, observing, learning. And NANS student unionism gave me the privilege. I was able to meet with management. I was management of institutions. I was able to meet with top government functionaries. Not that I was able to meet and believe in them. No, I was able to learn from them, the ones that I could learn from. Like one of my mentors, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, I learned a lot from him. Sincerely, I learned a lot from this person. So it's all about. It has actually helped me even in connecting as well. The student aspect, when I was in NANS, I was able to do some programs, but what I see is that our people in the Nigeria, we need that reorientation. I just don't know how Nigeria is going to work on it, but definitely all else can be on there to look at how we're going to reorientate. Someone born a 2 years old child or 3 years old child already know that there's corruption in the country. How do we
You're right.
survive in that? So we need an orientation. We need to let you see, and the government needs to go about, people standing by the law itself. The law is already there. We have constitution guiding us. But I'm surprised when somebody will do this, commit a crime, then we still need to go by the way of going to court, trying to take a court, what they call it, um get a court order for them to restrain you but from being investigated. The laws are there. If you do this, this is what is it, this is the punishment, this is it, this is a capital punishment, this is the corporal one. So these laws are there. I don't know why we are not utilizing it. Investigations, the laws is there, carry out an investigation, come out successfully. But you know a lot of things in our country, but I believe that Nigeria will be great. It's a gradual process, and we'll definitely get there
Yeah.
one day. We'll definitely get there.
Yes.
Okay.
I also agree with you. Uh, yeah. I also agree with you. Uh, I also agree with you that would definitely one day, and I think the president of the country, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is also very optimistic.
Yeah,
I think I listened to him some hours ago when he was addressing the religious and the traditional leaders that big
yeah,
countries that where today didn't get there one day. But the most important thing is the patriotism, is that
mm,
ability to have a very clear understanding that we want to build a nation and not eating the nation dead and killing the
mhm.
nation. I think platforms like this, one or two, three people, we use platforms like this to change their orientation. I also believe that if everybody is playing his or her role, things will get better gradually. Two questions to go, two more questions because
Okay.
my time. One of the reasons why I want to be always rush a video like this is because of also Nigerians. I want many Nigerians to watch it. Data is a problem.
Yeah,
People
and if
will
it's
tell
a
you,
long, if it's a long record like that, they will, yeah.
yeah, exactly. I saw some lecturers sending messages to me on my WhatsApp. Lecturers, PhD holders in Nigeria University, working in Nigeria University, sending DM to me on my WhatsApp some days back saying that, oh, we don't, data is the problem. That can you give us a link to download this video in the middle of the night so that we
Mm.
can download them and watch? I understand. But as much as those things are also very expensive, we need to also do things like this because that connects. We also bring the reorientation that you are talking about. Is that listening? You've talked about a lot around mentorship, a lot of around learning. Quite a lot of people will be surprised today that for someone like you that did student unionism
Just,
a lot, to NAS, and you value education much like this, and even to people like for someone like me that also did student unionism, people are still surprised that I can further education to PhD level. You understand? So it is just, and maybe those things also make us to be more motivated. Leadership
yes,
is also a very big inspiration, motivation for us. And you've talked a lot about skills. They are not just looking at your CV, but what skills do you have? What value do you have to offer?
mm,
So you keep learning and whatever. Uh, the second to the last question is that in 30 seconds, beyond you helping people here, what is your perspective about investing in Nigeria?
investing in Nigeria is a great thing to do for Nigeria because I believe it's going to help the economy. I've always thought about if opportunity to invest today, have a big capital, where will I go to? It is still Nigeria because I believe it's going to help. Look at Dangote refinery. Is the refinery is in the country, and when they start transacting business in naira, definitely it's going to boost our economy. It's going to help the country. It's going to help people. It's going to help people. The people of the downtrodden. People can do more businesses. Transportation there and there. So a lot of it's going to help. It's going to boom the economy. So businesses doing business in Nigeria is the best thing because it's going to help our country.
Great, great. Thank you for that. And I can say this emphatically. Of course, I'm here. Nigeria is getting better. It's getting better. And you just mentioned a platform like a business like down binary, and the more we that are bringing ideas, value, businesses. And one of the things that have also changed the landscape of Nigeria, the business landscape of Nigeria, is the emergence of fintech, financial technologies. Quite
Mm,
a number of these guys raise a lot of millions of dollars and pump it into Nigerian economy. And so I think before, like you said, we will get to that by the time this person is doing what, this person is doing what, this person is doing what. The last question: what is your parting shot in terms of what is the five tops?
all right. And from for some Nigerians, toward the topic strategic repositioning yourself. I believe it involves careful planning and execution, which needs to go through some of these steps. Self-assessment, you need to evaluate your skills, interests, look at your strength. Research, you need to conduct thorough research on the industry, the opportunities you are going into. You need to network, you need to build network, expand, be professional, build network both local and international. You need to continue learning, like I've said, continue learning, adaptive, be flexible, adaptive to change. Change. You shouldn't be one in one place. Then have a big global mindset. Strategically reposition yourself. Seek for mentorship. Stay informed. Um, look at the risk. Look at the risk as well. It's very important. And I think by following all these steps, definitely you will strategically reposition yourself for today and for the future. And most importantly, it's going to help our country to be great again. Thank you very much. I think the moderator is trying to connect back. Mm. Maybe I can just use this time to speak further on some of the steps that you can take, like self-assessment. Like you just need to evaluate yourself, evaluate your skills, your strength, identify areas where you can excel, areas where you need improvement. I know, and I believe this will help you to determine the direction you want to take in your career development. Most especially, most importantly, the personal development. Then also, you should be able to conduct more research, conduct research on industries, markets, opportunities that are there for you, both in Africa or globally or internationally. You know, the emerging trend, the growing sector. Look at where what is happening in these industries. What opportunities can you actually look after? Then the network, building network, expanding professional network, talking to people, attending industries events, joining professional associations, connecting with professionals, you know, keep on connecting with people. I believe this is going to help. Be ready to listen to advice, have a good insight, have your think tank that you're going to discuss, have people keep on networking. I believe this is going to help you to strategically reposition. Like I've made mention most of the time, continue learning, invest in your education and skill development, take courses, attend workshop, take advantage of any free time you have to rest. And also don't forget, look after yourself as well. Your well-being is very important. Be adaptive, be flexible to change, recognize the job market, the business landscape constantly evolving, looking at where you can adjust as things goes on. Things are changing. There was a time IT wasn't in place. Now IT is in place, so things change alongside. The world is changing, so be adaptive and flexible to work. Then also have a big global mindset. Cultivate a global mindset, open to opportunities outside your immediate environment. Consider working and studying. A lot of things. Work as you are studying. Work. Try different form of opportunities for you to tap into many opportunities as you can, because definitely they're going to help in future. Seek for mentorship. You need people to guide you through. You need leadership skills. You need people to guide you through. It's not about, you can't do it alone. You need the mentorship. Oh, it's back. Okay, thank you. You need the mentorship. You can't just, don't limit it to your own knowledge. You need people. You can get mentorship from somebody who is younger than you. Be ready to learn. Be ready to receive that mentorship. Definitely is going to help you. Stay informed. Listen to news, listen to world news, listen to economical news, listen to what's happening, look at the trend, look at how everything is going, then look at your risk. Because you need to look at it. If I go into this, is it all right for me? Is it really be good? You need to consider the risk as well, which is very important. If you follow these steps, I believe we will definitely be strategically positioned wherever you are, anywhere you are, either in Nigeria. either in Africa, either in the Western world, or anywhere you are. Just consider some of these steps. It's going to help. Thank you very much.
Where did you get the money to travel from Nigeria to UK?
Remember I was working, and I had support from friends as well when I was traveling. Friends and families, they supported, but I had a major percentage of it from my work savings. I don't know I actually managed all, because no matter, even I've come to a time that I needed money even when I was traveling. I had to, and one of my friends is in need sincerely when he came cut across to me, and I needed that money for flight ticket. But I had, okay, this is what I have. Let's cut it into two. I was still able to help
Wow.
as well. But as
Wow.
well, it's for my savings, and people around me, friends and relatives, they're able to support me.
Wow, you have a very big heart. Of course, one or two, three people have talked about you that anytime when they get to UK, that Timilean is always, and even that is one of those, I must tell you the truth, that is one of the things I had later that really got me fascinated to your progress. I've had it from one, two, three guys saying when they are in London, Timilean is always open. And it's not many people that have been able to get that opportunity to do that. They just close themselves up, and you've shared quite a lot of things. And let me appreciate you for always helping me to keep unleashing some of these powerful insights when my network went off. Timilean, I must thank you so much
Thank you very much, sir.
for. We know your safety. I hope you are still, and luckily you are working in the healthcare sector. So your safety approach, when you were once a welfare director, so it has always been welfareism, saving people's life, safety, taking care of others, taking care of
The
yourself.
big picture
So
of
I
safety.
appreciate you for being here, and
All right. Thank you.
yeah, the big picture of safety. And of course, I also look for one of these days that guys like you will come down back home to contest for political positions at home because you've got a lot of things in there to offer the country. And I know we'll always keep in touch. We'll always keep in touch because one day the trajectory will change, the table will change,
Yes.
and there will be new set of leaders that are their orientation and their thinking pattern are totally different from what we are used to now. I know that for sure. Everybody is just trying to be calm, be patient, and see how things are going, and opportunities will come. But one of the greatest things is that we keep when you keep preparing yourself so that when the opportunity comes, it becomes so easy. So I hope quite a lot of people have learned, and I hope quite a lot of people that is going to watch this afterwards, they are going to learn. I've seen quite a number of people jumping at one point or the other to listen to you. So thank you very much. I wish you
Thank you very
well.
much for the
I wish this.
privilege. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I will reconnect with you very soon. God bless you, Timile.
All right. Thank you
Take
very
care of
much.
yourself.
And thank you for the viewers.
My regards.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.